Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Way up in the air. Oh, my thing. Oh, wow, they're wrestling. Can't see them. Yeah. All right. Oh, there they are. I'm not sure what to... most people want to keep their names the way, like Clancy and... What about Buddy instead of Benny, though? I think it's easier to say Buddy. I have a hard time remembering Benny for some reason. We might just call him Buddy. So, Clancy and Buddy. Alright? How about that? I think that's what we've come up with. Yeah, just, hey, Buddy. I mean, that's easy to remember. You call him Buddy anyway. I mean, I almost just call him that. Just... I'm not going. Why would I look that up, Shane? I'm just doing what I'm doing. Okay, how about I do what I want to do? Hey, look up Circleville. Wow, yeah. Ooh, Circleville. What's that got to do with anything we're talking about? Reasonable. I really appreciate your channel. Hey, thanks. Hey, what I was going to say, I know, the drone situation, I'll just tell you what the drone situation is. I don't think they're nefarious at all, okay? And the reason I don't think they're nefarious is because their lights are on. You know, if you had these people coming over, you would be using infrared and you wouldn't need to have your phone on. I mean, your phone on, your lights on. Right, and they even have the green and red lights. Like when they're coming towards you, that's what you see with drones. I think it's ridiculous to think that a nefarious actor out there is going to literally turn on the lights. Okay? Don't you think that's weird? Like, hey everybody, here's my drone. When they could have had it turned off and used their camera. hey Shane, 2306. I knew exactly what you're going to be talking about. 20 minutes. You live 20 minutes away. You're nowhere near it. Okay, that's nowhere near it. You're 20 minutes away, and it doesn't mean you know anything about the homicide at all. Okay, it doesn't mean you know anything. All right. How would that make you know any more? Because you live 20 minutes away. Nothing. You guys are. You always get these people that show up, oh, yeah, I'm an expert. I live 4 hours away. Oh, I live 30 minutes. I'm just going to go over it. If you have something to add, that's great. You know, if you happen to know the people's names, seems like they've been hiding their names. Maybe they're out on Facebook somewhere. I don't know. That'd be cool if somebody actually knows who these women are. God, I live 3,000 miles away. I know this case better than any of you. Speak to us, Gray. Yeah, so I think that here's the thing. The drones are either known by the government. They're just testing something out. Or they're people that are flying them around. And you know how it probably worked? Somebody, maybe there was 3 or 4 one night, and people went, oh my God, and they get their drone and they fly it up in the air looking for those drones. Oh, look at this drone, and 19 people fly their drones up there. Oh my God, it's a fleet of drones, they're sending them in. And they all have the lights on. I have the same damn strobing light that you put on the top of it. Yeah. Well, there isn't really shitloads to know. You know, it's not like a, you know, unless there's some information somewhere that I haven't seen, but these articles seem like they're just kind of, you know, something unusual happened. But if you have the names, that'd be cool. I don't know. Yeah, so if those are flying around me, I'd probably send you up, I'd probably send my drones up in the sky and go, hey, let me see if I can see what these are. And then you have all those drones. And then those people say, oh, look at that drone over there. And they're looking at the drone that somebody else flew up in the air. And then some of them look like jets and they fly slow like drones. Okay, so I don't know. The fact that there's lights on them to me means that there's somebody that's trying to adhere to the regulations. Okay, they want a plane that's flying by to be able to see where they're at. Why would you do that if you were doing something nefarious? You would just fly in with no lights on, you disable all that, and use your infrared camera to film whatever you wanted to film. Does everybody agree with that right now? Because there'd be no point in letting people see you. And there's been so much garbage put out in this the drone situation. I've never seen anything more. You know, it's I mean, pretty well done fake stuff, but it's absolutely fake. Yeah, if anybody, somebody wants to call in later about that, that's great. Yeah, awesome. Good for you. They're doing better now. It takes a while. But we started off the show again at 0, everybody. So if we still got our goals to reach, all that kind of stuff. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, that'd be awesome. Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to I'm just going to go over these articles here, and then I'll see what's out there. That's extra. I live 20 minutes away, man. I know everything about it, you old man. Really? What do you know more than anybody else? Are you a drug dealer, or you got some weird connection? All right. That's what I thought. Okay, so when did that come out? It's so weird. So they already have an arrest warrant for somebody. All right, let's go over these articles here.
So many victims in one incident.
3 victims, all adult females, in one homicide case. Sergeant James Fuqua describes this scene in South Columbus as complex.
One homicide is one too many, but when you have 3, that's particularly alarming. And
yeah, we already know that there was another shooting near there. It's obvious, it's out there. Everybody who's followed it knows about the other shooting.
Troubling to us.
Dispatchers tell us the call to 911 came in as a shooting just before 4, but Sergeant Fuqua...
Hey, Shane, why don't you go start your own channel and do a whole bunch of videos on this? You've got it all figured out. The rest of us are just going to start from the beginning, all right?
So many victims in one incident.
3 victims, all adult females, in one homicide case. Sergeant James Fuqua describes this scene in South Columbus as complex.
One homicide is one too many, but when you have 3, that's particularly alarming and troubling to us.
Dispatchers tell us the call to 911 came in as a shooting just before 4, but Sergeant Fuqua could not confirm how the 3 women died exactly.
What type of homicide or what led up to it, we're still unclear, and we're working through that.
He tells us a friend of the victims found them inside a home in the 1300 block of South Ohio Avenue near Karns Park. They died at the scene.
We did have witnesses there, and we're working through not only those witnesses, but canvassing the area for any video evidence. But again, very limited information at this time, and You see the amount of detectives we have back here that's going to work tirelessly to determine who done this heinous crime and bring justice to the family of these victims.
He adds this investigation will take longer than usual.
It's going to take a little bit longer to make sure that we're very careful in going through the scene meticulously so we do not miss any key piece of evidence.
Sergeant Fuqua says community members can help detectives' efforts.
So if anyone has any information on this particular case, we urge them to come forward with that information, because there's no evidence that we will not take or any call for any type of information that could possibly help us solve this case.
No matter who's responsible, Sergeant Fuqua.
Let's see. 3 women were found dead inside a Columbus, Ohio home on Saturday, according to police. Thanks, Christina Hayes up there. To police shortly before 4 p.m., officers received a report from a person who found their friends in medical distress inside a home. Officials said, "We are working through the manner of death to determine what actually happened." They were all shot. One at the home, responders found 3 females victims inside, and all were pronounced dead at the scene. It is unfortunate when someone loses their life, but particularly this time of year. It's going to take a little bit longer to make sure that we're careful in going through the scene meticulously so we do not miss any key pieces of evidence. And yes, that person named Daryl Hambrick lives at 1331, that address. 1331, what the hell's the rest? 1331 Ohio Avenue, number 4. And that's what's weird about that one is I've already looked this up. You know, I don't know if I still have it though, because my computer crashed and I had to reboot. Yeah, so it's not even in here anymore. The whole thing that I had mapped out. Hold on. Hey, thanks Herbert Landscaping in upstate New York for all your landscaping needs. And Alley Cake. I just got to put a pin on it. And that's the same house where this stuff happened. So it's weird. It's this little tiny, like that house. I don't know if that's a house right there or just a garage. But what's weird is 1332 is this one and 1331 is that one. But I don't. Maybe they're all connected and there's like, they call it 1331. I don't really know. You know, if you go down to Street View here and you look at it. See, that's a garage. That's 1331. So this is probably the house right there that it happened. I don't even know if this is a house here. What that is, it's a different address though. So, yeah, and this is in District 5. Let me move on to the next article. Yeah, so, let's see. Authorities in Ohio. Hey, thanks, Ali Kick and Georgina Stoliker. Authorities in Ohio launched a homicide investigation after the bodies of 3 women were found Saturday inside a home in Columbus. Officers were called to a home on the city's south side just before 4 p.m. Saturday for what a 911 caller described as a medical event. Unfortunately, this is a very complex scene with the amount of victims that we have. He told reporters that same individual that was speaking in the last video. That's Sergeant James Fuqua. I don't want to try to pronounce it. It would sound like I was swearing. He said investigators were interviewing witnesses and looking for video evidence. He also said Saturday that no suspect had been taken into custody, but it sounds like somebody named Hakeem Graham, 39. Is this something that just happened recently, like this evening? because this article was out not too long ago in connection with a shooting that occurred Tuesday afternoon in South Columbus. Well, that's okay. Well, that's different, though. That's that other shooting, Daryl Hambrick. But the thing is, Daryl Hambrick, that is his address right there. So thanks for giving me that piece of information. Let's see. Well, thank you, Allison Faye, for 27 months. That's heck of a medical event. Yeah, it's not really, I wouldn't call it a medical event. You know, it's more like, well, I mean, it's like so dumbing it down, or, you know, sanitizing it. Like saying unalived or some crap like that. There, hold on a second. You don't have to block, I can't unblock that Shane guy. You don't have to block him. He's just one of those same jackasses that show up all the time and, you know, try to interrupt the show, and they're on top of everything, and, you know, I don't know. Yeah, the 3 women, well, it was yesterday they were found. They were found 4 p.m. Saturday, not today. See? It says it right there. Unfortunately, this is a very complex scene. Okay, I think we went through that one. Then we've got this one.
One homicide is one too many, but when you have 3, that's particularly alarming and troubling to us.
Now at 11, Columbus police continue investigating a triple homicide.
And down here it says DeAndre Herndon found out on Saturday that his friend from high school, Daryl Hambrick, had been the victim of a fatal shooting on the south side of Columbus earlier that week. Police said Hambrick was gunned down on Tuesday afternoon on East Moeller Street. So I guess we could just see where that is. That's funny, I almost looked him up. That would have been funny. I just didn't. I went and got the Broadcastify, see if we can find the audio. East the hell was that again? Police said Hambrick was gunned down on Tuesday afternoon on East Moeller Street. That's not too far away then, if that's right there. Although, you know, East Moeller Street probably goes from here, right there, to right here. So somewhere in there. But he lived just right there. So it sounds like in the same house, these 3 girls were killed. Who cares, Sandy? Jesus. Daryl was a cool dude, Herndon said. He had a good heart, you know. He was always cool with anyone who was cool with him. Herndon went to check out on Hambrick's home, so that this article here tells us the story. I just got all these and I hadn't read them yet, but Herndon went to check on Hambrick's home that he said is on South Ohio Avenue on Saturday afternoon and made a disturbing discovery. When I came to the house, the door was ajar a little bit, so I came in, walked in the house, and I seen like a body laying there, he said. Thanks, Richard Watts. Herndon said he stepped out to call 911. When police arrived to the scene, Sergeant James Fuqua said they found 3 women dead inside. It was traumatizing. It was another reminder that the community is riddled with crime. Columbus police could not comment or answer questions about whether the 2 homicide investigations are... Well, of course they are. Yeah. I mean, the odds of those not being connected are, I mean, there is a lot of crime out there, but would be like something like 1 in 50,000 that they're not connected. The guy that was killed last week, or a few days ago, is somehow not connected to the same to 3 women that were killed inside his house. I mean, what are the odds of that? Police could not confirm how the women were killed, but are investigating it as a homicide. Well, they said later that they were shot. I don't know. We don't know the answers, Cindy. Let me just get through this. Do you mind? We can also sit here and ask a ton of questions. Whatever you're hearing is what I know so far.
Well, new tonight, Columbus police releasing some new details about the deaths of those 3 women in South Columbus. They now say that the women all had gunshot wounds. They were all pronounced dead at a home on Ohio Avenue. Thanks for joining us this evening at 6:30 on 10 TV Plus. I'm Colin Dorsey. It's a story we first brought to you as breaking news yesterday afternoon, and today 10 TV investigates.
Let's just get through the stuff. Why is it like this tonight? Couldn't it have just been a mellow Sunday night? I guess what I really need to do is not read the chat, just have it completely out of my face.
Reporter Rochelle Aline has been digging in for more information. She joins us now live from Columbus Police Headquarters with the latest. Rochelle.
Colin, I can tell you that at this point, details are still scarce in this case. What we can confirm at this point is that Columbus police are working to notify the families of all 3 of those women that were found at a home near the intersection of South Ohio Avenue and East Mithoff Street. Here's some other details we also have confirmed at this hour. According to CPD, all 3 of those women were found Saturday around 4 p.m. A man who knew someone who lived in that home told 10 TV he went there to check in on the house and found those women inside. We're told he called 911. At this point, we still don't know the identities of the women. Police are treating this as a homicide investigation, but they're still working to figure out the details as to what led up to these deaths.
Unfortunately, it's very unusual to have so many victims in one incident. So, one homicide is one too many, but when you have 3, that's particularly alarming and troubling to us.
We already heard that part. In an update released Sunday, police said all 3 women had been shot and killed. Police are still working to learn what led to the incident. So if they've already arrested a person named... when did they arrest this? Authorities have issued an arrest warrant for Hakeem Graham, 39, in connection with a shooting that occurred Tuesday. But when was that? Or let me look him up. Of course, it's never a link. All right, let's hit this. The Columbus Division of Police have arrested a suspect accused of shooting. And this is today, so this person could have easily killed those other 3. Maybe they were people that knew that he killed the other individual. Daryl Hambrick. So maybe the 3 were witnesses and he took them out. Hakeem Graham, 39, was arrested Saturday by Columbus Police SWAT officers on murder charges in connection to the shooting death of Daryl Hambrick, 45. And now you notice that, he was shot. So Daryl Hambrick was shot, and then you have these 3 women were shot. So perhaps they're all connected. I mean, it sounds like it's really obvious. Yeah, I can barely see anything. Hopefully that's better. I don't know. Not much. Let's see. Officers were called to a home in the 700 block of East Muller Street. Okay, now we can just kind of get a better estimate. 700 East Muller. So that's going to be a lot closer. It's just right over here. So it's, and let's see where 800 is. Okay, so that narrows it to right inside of there. So somewhere right in this little section here is where Daryl Hambrick was shot. So somewhere just right in this area. And that's probably, as a crow flies, not even a half mile, I would imagine. 0.3 miles away. Alright, you guys, so if you're out there and if you can help support the channel, that'd be great. We're just languishing at 10% of a nightly goal, not even 10%. Maybe an 8%. Let's see, that says, when officers arrived, they found Hambrick suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to Grant Medical Center in critical condition where he later died. And that was at 1:30 p.m. on that day. But I guess, you know what, were those girls in that home for many days not alive? Maybe they were killed on the same day and they were found days later. Just before 1 p.m. on a report of a shooting, a dispatcher for the city public safety department told 10 TV the shooting occurred in the yard. So it was outside. That's weird. I mean, geez. I mean, hell, what if Hambrick... he probably didn't do that. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why would he... I mean, which ones were first? I mean, it's possible those women were killed first, and they weren't alive for those days. How do we know, Zozo? Who ordered somebody else to shoot him? What does that even mean? He ordered someone else to shoot him. What? Let's see. So he was outside and they were inside. You don't think they searched his house? Well, you shot outside the house. But I'm wondering if they were killed... No, it's not in the screenshot you sent me. The one I got says, authorities have issued an arrest warrant for Hakeem Graham, 39, in connection with the shooting that occurred Tuesday afternoon. Anyways, let me just get through the ones I've got. Then we'll switch over to anything that anybody else has.
Well, new tonight, Columbus police releasing some new details.
That was the new. Okay, so that was the rest of the Hambrick one. Then right here. I'm getting tired of the chat right now. I think I'm going to shut it down. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. I just closed down the chat. Can't see a damn thing. All right, here we go. It was traumatizing. Friend of homicide victim discovers triple homicide scene on South Side. So that must have been... So it was the friend of Daryl Hambrick goes over and goes to his house and then finds these three women shot in his house.
One homicide is one too many, but when you have three, that's particularly alarming and troubling to us.
It's like they all have the same clip over and over again. It's crazy. DeAndre Herndon found out on Saturday that his friend from high school, Daryl Hambrick, had been the victim of a fatal shooting on the south side of Columbus earlier that week. Police said Hambrick was gunned down on Tuesday afternoon on East Muller Street. A man was arrested in connection to his death. Daryl was a cool dude, Herndon said. He had a good heart, he was always cool and with anyone who was cool with him. Herndon went to check on Hambrick's home that he said is on South Ohio Avenue on Saturday, 1331 to be exact. and made a disturbing discovery. When I came to the house, the door was ajar a little bit, so I came in, walked in the house, and I seen like a body laying there, he said. Hernan said he stepped out to call 911. When police arrived at the scene, Sergeant James Fuqua said they found 3 women dead inside. It was traumatizing. It was another reminder that the community is riddled with crimes. Yeah. Ah, jeez. Let's see. I just said how close they were a minute ago. Less than a third of a mile. I just put the chat back in because I could see it on this other screen at this time that I didn't want to see. Right. I put strobe lights on my drones. Yeah, this show is just yeah, I don't even like doing them anymore. It sucks. Hambrick was killed about a half mile from the scene where the women were found if you drove. It's 0.33 miles as a crow flies. Police could not confirm how the women were killed, but are investigating it as a homicide. No suspects are in custody.
Now at 11, Columbus police continue investigating a triple homicide on the city's south side. 3 women found dead inside this home. Questions now rise on who is responsible. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Colin Dorsey. Police are keeping the details of this investigation private for now as they continue looking for a suspect. 10 TV's Carla Rogner is learning more about this investigation tonight, and she's live from Columbus Police Headquarters. Carla?
Yeah, police aren't sharing many of the details yet about this case, including how those 3 women were killed. But
no, I think that's the same one. They keep having the same. What's this one? All right. Let's see. 3 women were found shot to death Saturday afternoon inside a Southside home. Columbus police got a call around 3:50 p.m. from a person who had gone to a home in the 1300 block of South Ohio Avenue. Police radio traffic indicated the caller had found out at least 1 person who had been shot. As additional officers arrived on the scene, 2 other people were also found dead. All 3 adult women were pronounced dead at the scene, Sergeant James Fuqua said. Hey, thanks, Monica Reeves. The circumstances surrounding the shooting were not immediately known. Homicide detectives are investigating. Yeah, that house is right around the corner. There's like a van parked there. It seems like it's always there, even on Google Earth images. You know, you look up in the air and here's that little van, that thing, whatever that is. It seems like it's there a lot. Right there, not there, not there. Well, it's interesting. It's on the Google Earth 3D version. So that must be somewhat recent. Like a moving truck. Hello, Jeannie. Are you normal? Is there 1 normal person in here? Yeah. On Tuesday, 45-year-old Daryl Hambrick was shot on the 700 block of East Muller Street. He died the next day from his injuries, where Hambrick was shot in about about a half mile from the South Ohio Avenue address. Records also show Hambrick had previously lived at the South Ohio Avenue address where the three women were found shot Saturday afternoon. So when they say previously lived, that's the most recent address listed for him. The names of the women were killed were not immediately available. Anyone with information is asked to contact detectives at 614-645-4730. All right. Columbus police are investigating a complex homicide case involving 3 adult female victims found dead in a South Columbus home Saturday afternoon. The incident has been described as very unusual. See, that's the part I was looking for right there. You know, very unusual. You know, I don't know if it's because the 3 were shot or is there something else at the scene that's strange. The call to 911 was reported as a shooting just before 4 p.m., but Fuqua could not confirm how the 3 women died. It's very unusual to have so many victims in one incident. Maybe that's what it was, said Fuqua. 1 homicide is one too many, but when you have 3, that's particularly alarming and troubling.
It's very unusual to have so many victims in one incident.
3 victims, all...
Okay, yeah, see, that sentence is different than up here where it says the incident has been described as very unusual. But no, he was just saying it's unusual to have multiple victims. Jeez. We did have witnesses there, and we're working through not only those witnesses, but canvassing the area for any video evidence. You see the amount of detectives we have back here that's going to work tirelessly to determine who done this heinous crime.
It's very unusual to have
adult females in 1 homicide case. Sergeant James Fuqua describes this scene in South Columbus as complex.
Yeah, it's like all they got is
one homicide is one too many, but when you have 3, that's particularly alarming and troubling to us.
Dispatchers tell us the call to 911 came in as a shooting just before 4, but Sergeant Fuqua could not confirm how the 3 women died exactly.
What type of homicide or what led up to it, we're still unclear.
Hey, thanks, Allie Kick, for the buy me a coffee.
A friend of the victims found them inside a home in the 1300 block of South Ohio Avenue near Karns Park. They died at the scene.
We did have witnesses there, and we're working through not only those witnesses, but canvassing the area for any video evidence. But again, very limited information at this time, and you see the amount of detectives we have back here that's going to work tirelessly to determine who done this heinous crime and bring justice to the family of these victims.
He adds this investigation will take longer than usual.
It's going to take a little bit longer to make sure that we're very careful in going through the scene meticulously so we do not miss any key piece of evidence.
Sergeant Fuqua says community members can help detectives' efforts.
So if anyone has any information on this particular case, we urge them to come forward with that information, because there's no evidence that we will not take or any call for any type of information that could possibly help us solve this case.
No matter who's responsible, Sergeant Fuqua shares a stark reminder about the pain their deaths bring to their loved ones.
But particularly this time of year during the holidays, it's going to be very difficult for all of these victims' family to come to the grips that, unfortunately, these family members will no longer be in their lives.
Right now, evidence against Luigi Mangione continues to mount this morning. The 26-year-old suspected of murdering United Healthcare CEO.
Yeah. God, I'm tired of that one. Is there anything new in that case? All right, we'll put that up there on the goal, because, man, this is... Is that where they were eating the dogs? They're eating the cats? No, it's not. Let's see. To deal with the kind of crime so often has to be hard on local detectives. Yeah. Particularly this time of year during the holidays, it's going to be very difficult for all these victims. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why they haven't put the names out yet. All right, let's see what this thing is. This is one of the Zozo's messages here. It says, according to court documents, detectives said Graham confronted Hambrick. Right, so that's the guy that was arrested, right? Let me go back. Why not just send me the link so I can have the whole article? Yeah, so Hakeem Graham is the one that was arrested. And then it says, according to court documents, detectives said Graham confronted Hambrick and then had an unidentified associate shoot him. So it said, shoot him, you know, some guy standing there. Okay. On Tuesday, police responded to the 700 block of East Muller Street at around 1:25 p.m. after reported shooting. While at the scene, police found Hambrick suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, according to court documents. Hambrick told officers who shot him at the scene. Hambrick was transported to Grant Medical Center, where he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead. So, do you guys think that those 3 women were also killed on the same day? Do you guys think that? You know, like the same, and they just weren't found until yesterday? Or do you think that they were alive for some days? Because to me that makes more sense. That they were killed on that same day and they were just in that house. Hambrick was transported to Grant Medical Center where he succumbed to his injuries. One of the women... how do we know that? You said one of the women, I believe, is Daryl's girlfriend. How do we know that? Has any of the names been put out there? Like, we have the names? Yeah, you'd think they would have checked his house, but maybe they didn't. You know, they found him on the ground, and they said he once lived there. So perhaps he didn't currently live there. Yes, what, Shane? What is yes, what? Let's see. I would think they were in the house on the same day. Daryl's girlfriend is in the hospital fighting cancer. Okay, Daryl. Okay. So the one that was killed. No, they were alive Friday night. They interviewed a friend that was in the house with the woman the night before. Where? Do you guys have links for this stuff? So I guess the other murder had probably information I didn't really think to dig into. I mean, I thought that they might be connected because they kept talking about it, but I didn't see that the other articles connecting them. I mean, the follow-up stuff that was done in that interview. In those interviews. 2 people were named in the comments. Hey, thanks so much up there to Cookie Crunch. Thank you. You're appreciated. Man, even on nights like this where it's just all over the place with people just... Let's see, is that working? Oh yeah, I gotta change the comment area up here, the live chat overlay. Might take a second. Just put that in there and then boom. And now I can click on that, and now there you go. Thank you, Cookie Crunch. And Shane 2306. I don't know what that means. Some lady on his friends list. Is this actually Gray Hughes, that Vinny? Yeah, that's me, man. This is Gray Hughes, the guy that Vinny has on the show. When there's cases that I cover, I go on there. And sometimes they ask me to go on for cases that I don't know, and I'll just say, yeah, I don't want to go on there and talk about, some case that I covered years ago or something. WSYX ABC 6. What's funny about that, Jeannie? I'm sorry, Verdict Watch was epic. For what? Oh yeah, I was on there for like 2 hours. I was the only rational person, it feels like, in terms of the guests. They were all like looking into it like it was a conspiracy or something. I was the only one that said justice, because isn't that the word that you'd want to be said? Yeah. I work and somehow I have managed to not hear about it. Oh, really? That's crazy. Maybe I should start reading the news. Yeah. It was on local Columbus ABC News at 11 just a few minutes ago. Oh, really? Okay. So what did it say? Let's see. 123 Rockchild said no, they were alive on Friday night. They interviewed a friend that was in the house with the women the night before. Okay, so they remained alive. So maybe the shooters got nervous knowing that maybe there was some sort of beef or something between them. Yeah. ABC Columbus. ABC 6 Columbus. And what's on there? Oh, is that it? Okay. Let's see.
Learning new details tonight about a triple homicide.
Is that who's this? Okay, this is the guy that was arrested. Looks like a real, upstanding citizen. Oh wait, hold on, he looks like a real upstanding citizen right there, doesn't he?
Learning new details tonight about a triple homicide on the south side of Columbus. It claimed the lives of 3 women yesterday. Steve Levine is live at the crime scene with the latest information. Steve?
Isabel, you can see the crime tape still up surrounding this neighborhood. Columbus police not identifying the names of the 3 victims, saying they continue to search for family members to notify them. We did talk with one person who tells us she was with these 3 women the night before they were gunned down in this house on the south side. We are not identifying her. We are calling her Sue. She asked not to be seen because of safety reasons. There have not been. He has known 2 of the women for several years and met the 3rd victim several months ago. We are not naming the victims because police have not identified them yet. Sue tells us she was with these 3 women the night before they were gunned down in the home.
Going through clothes, doing makeup and hair, girl things, but I didn't think it would be the last.
You know what this is reminding me of, like, tremendously, is the Lumberton case. My God, it's like 3 women were killed there, and they had one of the friends came out and spoke, and they showed her face, and she ended up dead too, but this lady at least turned her face the other way. Remember that, the Lumberton case, where I think it was Christina Bennett, Megan Oxendine, and can't remember the 3rd person's name, but they were all killed in Lumberton. And 2 of them were found on the same day, and then Megan Oxendine spoke to a reporter saying, "Who would do this?" And then shortly after that, she was killed too, making the 3rd, and that's never been solved. Yeah, well, good for you, broski. Good for you. Do you know anything more than other people about the case, or? Oh, thanks to Alley Cake. Did you get me 2 coffees? Alley Cake? But I'm gonna try and talk him into taking off his visor. Yeah, I mean, my hair isn't bad, you know. Maybe I'll try to do some shows sometime without my visor. I wear it for so long, it's just sort of what I do. Yeah. Yeah, lots of Ohio people in here. So this sounds like, well, have they arrested the guy that actually shot Hambrick? Is that his name? Yeah, Hambrick. Did they arrest that person? It sounds like they arrested the guy that told somebody else to shoot him. So they've issued an arrest for Hakeem Graham, 39. Then it says, according to court documents, detectives said Graham confronted Hambrick and then had an unidentified associate shoot him. So there you go. But hey, guys, if you're out there and you can help support the channel, you know, get me the coffee up there or send in super chats. We got to reach our goals. We're all the way right now. We're halfway through the month. Way less than last month, but last month we had the Delphi case. You know, big. The trial was going on, etc. Let's see. 2306, it could be employee dispute. Anyways, let's try to listen and see if we can find something on this scanner audio that I got. All right, so what I did was I know that, so on Broadcastify they have scanner areas, and then I was able, you know, this is where it's located inside of Sector 5 here, where the scanner audio. So I downloaded the audio from, or Zone 5. Not sector, but it's inside of this one, and that's where that's the audio that I got. So let's see if that works. If I can find the damn, oh, I know, probably put it over here. Yep. So we're going to open up Audacity. Yeah. So if you have an article or something that has the names of the victims, or if anybody knows the names of the victims, just put them in the chat and we can look those up. One of the victims' names could have been, Zozo said, could have been somebody named Tiffany Parrish. Rest in peace. Okay, so that maybe is her. Police investigate after 3 women found killed in South Columbus home. Rest in peace, Tiffany Parrish. Alright, so this is looks like a Caucasian woman. So let's try to do the Daryl Hambrick was right there. This one, 45-year-old. How about I'll do let's try this. Tiffany Parrish. Let me do that again. I'm going to start over. Let's see. Man, it's weird. I made it. Okay, there you go. Tiffany Parrish, Columbus, Ohio. I don't know how. She looks like she's, I don't know, 35 or something. 36. Yeah, there you go. 36 years old. And let's see where they have her. Like, does she even live there? Yeah, that's not really that close. I mean, she has been, lived in Columbus at some point, but look at all these addresses, man, they're all over the place. That's up there. That one's really close, or closer, it's right there. It's probably 3-4 miles, 5 maybe. Another one over here. So I wonder if they were just some friends that were at that house for some reason. Don't know. But hey guys, how are we going to get reach the goal tonight? We just hit one of those massive walls that's just sitting there. I don't know if it's me not doing the we did get Lacey Pine with a PayPal, but we're currently just not there. Yeah, that dead guy's house. I'm not sure why they were there, She doesn't live there, so maybe they were just visiting for some reason after he died. Maybe one of the girls that was there knew the victim, and then 2 friends came over. Also, maybe they were looking, clearing out his stuff, or getting his things together or something, because he'd been killed a few days before, and then this person came in and killed all them. Yeah. Doesn't that kind of makes sense, right? Like the 3 friends were there. Maybe one of them was a girlfriend, maybe? Because you guys mentioned that earlier. And then the other 2 were there helping, etc. Now, there we go. Thought something didn't look right. Now, this is, I started getting these around, this is 3:30-ish. So what we could do is do the same thing that we've done other times. Alright. It's going to go to like 6 o'clock. So who knows what these say. And one more. Alright, now I'm going to do the special truncate silence. Now they're way smaller. Okay, this is during like a 2-hour period when apparently the call came in, alright? So now we've got it right here. But hey guys, if you're out there and you like my shows and you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Every single night we try to raise funds in here to help support my channel, and we also, at the end of the month, I give away thousands of dollars to various true crime related charities, and that's kind of the model that we've had for many years. And I rely on your generosity to make it happen, because there is no ad revenue to speak of on these live streams. So the only way to make it viable for me to do the shows is if people are supporting the channel on a nightly basis. All right, so if you have the ability to, I would appreciate your support. You can do the buy me a coffee or do super chats, PayPal, whatever the hell works for you. That'd be great. Why would I have been to Ohio? Let's see.
Copy.
Come on, Sean.
Can you run me here at scene also?
Yeah, Sean.
4. 124. Did you know IPD will be blocking off 22nd and then off? Copy.
138.
Go ahead.
Has anyone cleared or talked to the residents in the front of this? Where the actual house is?
121, all it is an open garage that is empty. It is connected to the backyard of 1333, which does have a loose pit in the backyard.
I think this is it.
121, people there for a second. We're clearing 1333.
Because he just said 1333 and had the garage. That's that garage we were talking about. But that's 1331. I don't know what number that is, but it has to be what they're talking about. It's right in the same. The address is almost exactly the same.
121, people there for a second. We're clearing 1333 South Ohio.
That's it.
I copy. Did you want me to hold there?
Confirm.
Copy, holding here.
House clear.
Copy, house clear. Open here. 1 time.
No, here's going to be code 4. Contact code 580 and let them know. I'll be en route to 43.
I copy.
You said 1333.
Copy.
South. Oh, they even had the right road and everything.
113 media setting up at Mid-Hoff in Ohio.
Copy.
113 media setting up at Mid-Hoff in Ohio.
Yeah,
Copy.
Repeat.
Mobile sub-operator on the air.
1630 clear.
133, go ahead.
Clear 2 Victor. Do you need anything else on that 43? Red 9.
632.
I'm mobile sub-operator. I am one. However, I have to have someone sit here at this closure for me while I go up and get it, and I can move it down and set it up. That's 13, I missed it. What was it?
Wow.
I can go up and get it, bring it down, and set it up. I have to and take my place and put it down.
Yeah, my plea had zero effect on anybody.
I am 71 South, 70 West.
161, if you want, I can just back you up to him. That way you can see where it's at.
Well, thanks, John. Hey, thanks, John, for the PayPal. Appreciate it. And John Zaren. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, too.
I copy. Did you want me to put you back on that 17 on Shelly? That's fine, thank you. I copy.
138 can out effective.
I copy. I need for channel 5 for 5. 160.
Clear code 4.
Copy. Go ahead.
What's up? Did they what's up?
I got it. 3 traffic 3.
I don't know if they're... They
Radio 164 and 165.
They were at the right place earlier.
165.
If you could check the 16 high risk, 315 southbound at West Broad, near the ramp. Male, white, braids, black shirt, black pants. Is in the area, screaming and hitting traffic boxes with his hands. Appears to be 16B or on 49A.
It's still on. It's on. It's just quiet. It's right here. Look at.
65, I copy.
Radio to 160 and 162.
160.
S16, if you can copy a 5, see if he called over South 4th and East Fulton. There's 2 blocking, and they are transporting both parties, unknown condition.
Yeah, so right in this area, it had the right information.
121 people there for a second. We're clearing 1333 South Ohio.
Right.
I copy. Did you want me to hold there?
Paper?
Copy, holding here. Bearing 10-6 information, 71 northbound in East Town, a blue caddy and a black SUV with reindeer antlers and nose and another vehicle racing. 165.
No, she just bought it.
That description. I'll be code 4.
Welcome, Daphne.
Copy. Are you code 4 as well? Paper. Okay.
I just rewound it to get that audio.
L5.
L5.
Oh,
How's that board looking?
11 total runs pending. 4 of those are priority runs.
I copy, thanks.
No problem.
498.
498.
The mobile sub's going to be around the radio 28. We have...
Go ahead.
Right on the mid-off between Ohio and Champion.
Well, thanks, someone out there.
There, next to the alley. Alright, copy. Got 13 mobile sub. How far out are you? Coming from 1 sub. There we go.
L5.
Let's go to priorities.
I got runs only. You saw me here.
I wonder if they
Yes, affirm.
went on a different channel.
Yeah, I was advised to tell you to come in off of 32nd. Stand by for 1 second.
13.
How come they never said, can you tell me that again? When they go,
Hey, firm, sir.
Yeah, if he comes in off the 22nd, just bring the eastbound one to mid-office. We'll blaze it. Be plenty around.
I wonder if that's them telling people how to get there.
Stay on the main channel.
Main channel, so.
You saw me here.
Yes, affirm.
Yeah, I was advised to tell you to come in off of 32nd.
Oh, that's a repeat. I can see it repeating. Right to here.
Stand by for 1 second.
13. What's up?
Yeah, right there.
Hey, firm, sir.
Stay on the main channel. S13 to 124.
124.
Whichever one of you had a better view of the victims, come up here to my spot.
That's it again.
Airing 24 information if anyone's in the area. 1000 West Broad at the Shell Station. Male having a heart attack.
Walkie 16, you can mark some ground. 6 where you have it. 160. Change my location at Grant. I'll follow up.
Happy.
Walker 15, medic 90 to stable.
Yeah.
498. Yeah, mobile till 15.
We're just going through all the dispatch for a couple hours.
Great.
But I removed most of the blank audio from it.
164. 165.
10H West for Highway 16. 452 Holton Avenue in front of. Two male blacks across the road in a camper threatened a 43 caller. No weapons were seen, no violence. Male black, red hoodie, black ski mask, and a male black, unknown clothing description with another black ski mask. Suspect stated that once caller's vehicle returned, the gray Dodge pickup truck that her brother was driving returned. They were going to 43 her.
We copy.
Next, we're ready to kill. 3 to 5. 6 Lockbourne Road. It was a text to 911. Area of persons is stolen westbound on a black Dodge pickup truck, 4x4. Tech John Williams, 5588 all over the road. Ran up on a curb and almost hit a pedestrian. 163.
163.
If you could check this 4 high risk for me, 71 southbound near a mile marker 108. It's a 2016 silver Honda Fit versus a red car and then a third vehicle that's blocking.
It's not good.
165.
Caller does not want to be a victim. Just code 2 Victor.
Copy.
What'd that say?
164, same word. Caller does not want to be a victim. Just code 2 Victor.
Copy.
Merry Christmas, I'm a DNA detective.
Copy. 165.
165,
Sorry. Read it at 123. 123, go ahead. If you can check this 27 Just, it's more so of a 16.
See, what I like to do on the show is figure out what's going on during the show. Every single thing that, other than like this lady's name, Tiffany Parrish, was all stuff that we'd stumble upon going over it. You know? So it's like, ah, man, you know, it's not as fun when people start.
Caller does not want to be a victim. Caller does not want to be a victim. Just code 2.
I mean, I like having like this person's name. I wouldn't got that, but all the articles. I guess we would have to stumble back and go look at the other killing, which is in the articles, and then but we found out that he lived there just by reading the articles we were reading. You know, but I like having the Tiffany Parrish. I wonder what the other two people's names are. Does anybody know?
Caller does not want to be a victim. Just code 2 Victor.
Copy.
164, same word.
Copy. 165.
165,
Thanks, Wendy Rubles.
Sorry. Read it at 123. 123, go ahead. If you can check this 27 Just, it's more so of a 16 high risk. 1097 Ellsworth. It was between the caller and roommate. Demond Henderson, male black and red sweatsuit. Push the caller.
162. I'm gonna have to go 1 out of this market. So please. Thanks, 162. I'm gonna have to go 1 out of this market. So please.
Copy. 130. Reading at 130.
What do these guys do with this information?
Yeah, we just got some new guard sheets in regards to the 43. They have you stationed at 1333 South Ohio starting at 6:30.
1333 South Ohio, watch. They have them stationed at 1333 South Ohio Avenue. I bet it's right at the corner there, right there, look. So that's where that person was stationed, right there, that they're talking about. And I think that's actually where the victims are, I think, are in this house right there. Yeah, I don't know how it looks for you guys, the goal thing, John Dunn. I don't have any idea what it looks like. I tried to put something up there, but...
Yeah, we just got some new guard sheets in regards to the 43. They have you stationed at 1333 South Ohio starting at 6:30.
6:30.
Okay, for these guards, I was working on getting the guard taken care of. Do you have a good address for where the medical hub specifically is?
Okay. Well, anyways, it had mentioned it multiple times in there, but nothing earth-shattering. It's all in there, though. So, what do we know so far, I guess, right? I think it was Tuesday, is that right? Let me look, hold on. Yeah, so Tuesday, Daryl Hambrick was shot right in this area here. Let me put the date on there. What date is that? That's Tuesday is the 10th, right? Yeah. So then 2024, 12, 10, and that was like at 1:30, wasn't it? Something like that. 1:30 p.m. Daryl Hambrick was shot. However, and then the person that's been arrested for that shooting. So we'll put that right here. You know, arrested for the shooting is Hakeem Graham, 39. But apparently that person ordered somebody else to do the shooting that was right there. You know, like this guy's the head of something. It says, according to court documents, detectives said Graham confronted Hambrick and then had an unidentified associate shoot him. That's on Tuesday. Then apparently the 3 women that were killed right here were killed in a house that Hambrick lived at some point. Right here. And so maybe, people are saying that maybe his girlfriend was one of those people. One of the 3 women. I don't know. Let me look up this other guy real quick. Hakeem Graham, okay? Let's check that guy out. Hakeim Graham, 39, in Columbus, Ohio. And looks like there he is. See, that's him right there. View the person's report. Oh, his girlfriend's in the hospital? Oh, yeah, it was sick or something. Yeah. That's what we were told. I don't know if that's the reality or what that is. Let's see. So where does this guy live? This is the Hakeem Graham guy that lives in that house. Apparently, like right there, that one. Yeah, jeez. Not the greatest house in the world. But better than people that don't have houses. This one's going to be closer. Yeah, it's over right there. I always get a little weirded out when somebody has so many addresses. You know. These are all Columbus, every one of these. I guess we can just try them all just to see. That's way over there. Yeah, you guys, I don't know. I'm sort of giving up on trying. You know, everybody knows what the goals are and everything. So anyways, here's the 776 South 22nd Street right there, right? That one's close. Doesn't have a date associated with it, but over there. Well, that one's really close there. I mean, that one, 665 East Moorville Avenue. It's right next, you know, I mean, how far away is that? Hakeem Graham. And that is only 0.37 miles, not even, barely over a third. It's not much further away than it is just to that home right there. Well, hey, thanks, Daphne. Don't worry about it. Anything's better than nothing, right? Thanks, Allie Cake. I'll eat cake, she said. Thank you. Hey, we got the 40%. Not bad. I was glad to flee at 17 years old. Yeah, it's not really the greatest place in the world to live, I don't think. So he does have an address that's really close to this area. So he might know people here. Maybe he lived there when he was younger. Something like that. I'm asking Zozo if she has any other names. We got the Tiffany Parrish. It might be one of them. Maybe that's a friend or something that was coming over to, you know, I don't know. Maybe one of the victims is connected to Hambrick somehow. And the other two people were there just helping out. And somebody got there and killed all three of them. It could be drug related also, right? All right, well, maybe we'll open up the phone lines and people can call in. That's when it gets really slow in here in terms of support. So we still got our goal to try to reach in here. If you guys can, that'd be great. But I got to do, I was going to do a call-in. We just listened to all of the phone or the dispatch chatter. Heard a few references in there. Yeah, it just seems like maybe drugs. You know, this is one of the, apparently that's one of the victims right here. I don't know. Tiffany Parrish. Somebody said rest in peace, Tiffany Harris.
Well, new tonight, Columbus police.
That newer? Let's see. Maybe this is newer. I don't know.
Releasing some new details about the deaths. We first brought to you as breaking news yesterday.
What we can confirm at this point is that Columbus police are working to know.
Yeah, we already watched that one. Let me see if this Hakeem guy is a criminal. He's got it. It's looking. Okay, this is what he's got. Now look at this. Felonious assault. Felonious assault, displayed or brandished firearm. Felonious assault. These are recent, like October 2022, January 2022. Felonious assault, January 21st. That's connected to that one. This one's different. Failure to signal. That's no big deal. Seatbelt operator. Improper right turn. Marked lanes. Turned at intersection violation. 86 in a 70 zone. Not sure what that one is. ACDA, name of record. Don't know what that's about. Possession of drugs. This is 2015. Hey, thanks, Tina G. Not provided by source. Don't know what that one is. You know, it's sort of interesting because it gives the addresses out. Let's put these in. All right, let's put all of these in just to get him dialed in to. Wow. Okay, so that's this one. He's right there. That was one that wasn't listed as one of his addresses. But this is where this took place. All right, so that's one. We'll just call him. What was his name? Hakeem. Yeah, H. We'll just say HG. Hakeem Graham or something. So there's HG there. All right, then the next one is 45. The address was 4577. So he's all over the place, this guy. But I bet you it's, well, this one's further away. This is felonious assault. So maybe this is where it took place at, I guess. The felonious assault. So we'll put that one right there. All right. Oh, look at that. Beitelman. Stanley Beitelman worked right there. And then the other felonious assault is 2044 Lubin Drive. Way over here. HG. Yeah, it's like failure to signal, seatbelt. Okay, this must be his own address where he lived at the time, because his seatbelt charges have that same address on there. So that would mean that that's where he lives at the time of these. That's kind of interesting. So let me go down below. I'm not sure what an ACDA is. Let's put that address in there, though. So that one is right there. Possession of drugs. There's another address. This is back in 2015. Right there. So he's kind of just lived in Columbus and has all of his connections. Alright, then there's the other one that's, we don't know what it's about, but that's the same address. Same address. And then the next one's a P.O. box, and then this one is 776. Don't know what they don't tell you what the charge is, though, on that one. Okay, I already have that one. And then CR converted criminal case. That one's the same address. Resisting arrest. That's back in 2006. And that's right there. Domestic violence he had in 2006, same address. So he had a domestic violence, and then he resisted arrest, Hey, thanks, Cheryl Morin. Appreciate it. It does help. Yeah, definitely. A lot. All right, here's another address. 5440 Longdale. Right here. And put that in. This one is domestic violence, but okay, and then another domestic violence at 3124. Okay, so that's about it for those different addresses, but he's all over the place in here. Right around in there. He's got a bunch of addresses. But this address is very close to the scene. Home invasion sounds to me crazy. What? I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what home invasion is. I'm just not sure what your comment means. All right, you guys ready? Let's do the Skype numbers and see if anybody wants to call in and talk about this. You can also call in and talk about your, I mean, we're just going to open up the lines. I don't know if people know about this case, or you want to call in about your own personal true crime story. Something that happened to you that you remember that you wanted to tell people about. Don't know. If I didn't use, hey, we got to almost a little bit over 50%. Ding, 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 ding. Not too many coffees tonight. We only have a few, only 2 new channel members, you guys. See if we can get some new channel members out there. Let's see. Let's foul out of it. Rather have another baby than vertigo. Yeah, did you try that thing I was telling you about, Sandy Shirley? You just plug your nose and blow out and see if you can clear your sinuses. Maybe sometimes when you take a shower or something, or water gets up your nose and you get vertigo unless you kind of clear it out. I've actually had vertigo, though, without any of that stuff, so it's kind of a weird thing. It sucks. Hey, Mom Crime Junkie. What's going on? Well, call in with your true crime stories, you guys. Whoa, look at that. Cheryl gifted 5 memberships to Lilherb13 and Zoe413. And then anybody else? There should be some more, right? Guess there's no people in here that are available. Oh, there we go. We got Song Bits Laura. You mean bites? Or Song Bits Laura, like little bits of songs. And then Callie Dime. Got to be another one out there. You know that I lost like 120 subs net because of my position on the shooter. I mean, isn't it sad that I lost like 120 net subscribers because I didn't say that Luigi Mangione is a hero? I think the guy's a pile of shit. Is what I think he is. He's a psychopathic killer. And if you don't sit there and go, oh, he's so great, man, he's so great, then people take off. But I do think that I think that people who think that he is a hero and somebody to be worshipped, you're just as bad as he is as a person. That means you think like him, but for your circumstances, you just weren't him. I mean, it's just insane. You got a guy that just went and killed people, or a person, because he wanted to. He had nothing to do with, he wasn't even part of that insurance company. I just think it sucks that so many people out there, like, they literally will punish you if you don't agree, like, with their hideous belief system. I mean, it's horrendous, you know? Wow. Yeah, I just think he wanted to, I mean, who knows what his psychology was, but there's no defense for him. That's just disgusting. Yeah. Brutal. Hey, thanks, BGPO. Appreciate it. Do not have a personal true crime story, but I worked with someone that had murdered his wife, and my dad's brother-in-law murdered a naval officer. Wow. Well, that's what I mean, if you know it, that's a story, right? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's like that. You can have that as your story. You just tell us what you know about that. I found the right one. The one that's 39 years old. 2 sisters. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Let's see. Fortunately, I do not have a personal true crime story. And I bet you that's the same person. There's no way there's 2 people with that same spelling. I mean, he doesn't even spell his name normally. Yeah, what he did was terrible. Yes, he is a sack of crap. I don't understand. It's like there's so many people out there. I said the other day, I've said this 3 shows in a row. I said, if you believe that Luigi Mangione is a hero, then unsubscribe to my channel immediately. And they just, in droves, started unsubscribing. I mean, you guys are sick people, man. Just think if that was your dad. It's just ridiculous. My God. Hey, look at that. Sammy Day just... when you say, wow, shake my head, are you talking about the people who left? Or that I just said what I said? I mean, just watch the news has it right. I mean, Fox News anyways. CNN and those guys and all the stupid late night comics are trying to pretend like the guy. And, where were all the women? Right now they go, oh, he's so hot. He's so hot. Well, where were you? Like all those years where you could have used somebody that, hey, you're really cute. Hey, let's go out on dates. You weren't around, man. Because I haven't seen him with one woman in any shots. And maybe he's not interested in women. We just don't know. My great-grandpa murdered... All right, well, what I'll do is I'll tell you my 2 standard true crime stories that, I mean, I'm not sure what you call them, if they're true crime stories, but, my 2 brushes with... I mean, I think I have more out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually... Hey, this is for the trolls out there. Gosh, maybe I'm a criminal of some sort. I just don't remember. Gosh. Why don't you guys look it up and see if you can find something? Come on, trolls. I'm sure you can find something that I did. God, just one thing. Just one! I want to be cool too. Yeah. Anyways, so these are all when I was a kid, These are my little moments. Most of the freaks that are here, they, I mean, they know all these ones, but... it's like the time I was in the van coming home from, or I think it was a day camp I was in a basketball camp, but then it was like we went somewhere else with a group of kids, And then on the way back, I think I was like 12 or 13 at the time, and on the way back, I said I was the last one left in the van, and I said, hey, here's where I live. And then he just kept driving, this guy. We just kept driving. Then I put my hand on the door, and I was about ready to jump out, and then eventually he just turned around and drove me back. But it was just so strange that he kept going, like after I already said I lived there. He just kept going, and he didn't really say anything. It was weird. Really strange. Then another time I was walking down a street right next to my house, and this car just pulled up really fast and goes, get in the car! And I just turned around and took off like a bullet. I was really fast. I was so fast when I was a kid. It was crazy. Just took off, and nothing happened. But you just kind of wonder. In both those situations, I was pretty vulnerable. It was creepy. Now, as an adult, thinking back about it, because now I know, some of these other stories that are out there. Hey, thanks, Woman of Steel. Yeah, I'm sure I'll probably get I got over 152,000. I wouldn't be surprised if I get back into the 151,000 something numbers because of my non-support of Luigi Mangione. I support having, taking a look at the insurance industry, and if you think that makes him a hero because now we're thinking about that, it doesn't. Okay, that's disgusting what he did. The means do not justify the ends. And then when you find out that he didn't even have health insurance with that company, doesn't that just mitigate everything? Like you just go, oh, well, he sucks, It's not like they didn't do anything to him. He just thought, they're too big, I'm going to shoot him. Yeah. Right. Is everything a joke? Just every once in a while there's serious moments. I don't even know if I have it on top chat or see, I just lost my internet on the chat. All right, live chat. There we go. Oh, I see. Now I can see the comments. Luigi can kiss my ass. Abductions were more prevalent before Ring doorbells and smartphones. He's a rich punk. For years, the health system has been broken periodically. It's not new news. Right. It's just, it does make you think about. You rarely sit around thinking to yourself, hey, this insurance company is a publicly traded company where their goals are to make as much money as possible. Therefore, denying claims is in their benefit to make more money. You don't really think about that too much. But when you think about that, I guess they brought in $290 billion and paid out $240 billion in claims. I mean, that's a pretty good percentage of money brought in. But man, $50 billion of profit could have gone a long way. So maybe, I think it might be cool if we did something where it was a non-profit company, and then you're looking at sort of government, I guess. But like a non-profit, well, what if it was exactly the same, but it was a non-profit? So that out of that $50 billion, maybe $49 billion of it is then spent again on healthcare. And the other $1 billion goes to, whatever, paying for all the different employees, et cetera, that are out there. But that's a lot more money that could go to people. But you could have it, if it was exactly the same, for example, let's say it was exactly the same at United Healthcare, but it was non-profit. Well, then they could have said, okay, the year's over, now we can spend all this other money and approve some of these other things that people need. Instead of, because 50 billion, I mean, my God, that's 50 billion is 50,000 million, okay, I think, or is it 50 billion is, yeah, 50,000 million, right? So that would be like $500,000 surgeries. Well, no, that's, I mean, I'm just saying that's a hell of a lot of money. Yep, you're right, BGPO. Then I didn't need them. Yeah, I don't want people like that. Like I'm not a big. I don't like having conspiracy theory people following my channel. I mean, I don't mind you watching and etc. like that, but when you jump in and you get angry that we're not following the same conspiracy that you are, you get upset about it. And he's so dumb. I hope he thought about life in prison with guys like the last suspect. Yeah, he's gonna have a great time in there. It's probably what he's wanted the whole time. You love your common sense. Yeah. Oh, you got another name? Now, let me get that first one again. Tiffany Parrish. I'm going to put these right over here. Not there. Right here. Tiffany Parrish. Then there's another name. Sierra M. Muse. Where are these names coming from? Ah, it's like the same article. Oh my God, my cousin, rest in peace, Sarah M. Muse. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. Is that going to have her name on it? No. Sierra M. Muse. Okay, that's one. And then the other one. It's weird how they're posted almost exactly the same. Isn't that kind of weird? Like the same article below it, but then it says... Does it mention their names in that article or something? Because why would the two different people post the same article with the name in it? A different name, though. It's kind of... Tiffany Parrish. I guess I'll show you what I'm talking about. So look. Here's this one. Hold on a second. Right there. See that? How it says, okay, this is Sierra Muse. See that article with the car here? And it says, update, Columbus Police. Right? Okay, now watch. And then here's the other one. Tiffany Parrish. Update. The same exact format, Pretty weird. Maybe somebody else saw it. All right, let's look that one up then. Okay, so it was Sierra M. Muse, right? I'm putting it in. Yep, there she is. She's 34. And let's see where her address is. Oh, that's North Carolina. God, she actually she lived in Portland, Oregon, and wow, I know the whole story now, everybody, because she lived in Portland in 2020. So, man, I know everything. Yeah, so she lived in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hey, thanks, Michael Kishel. Lived in North Carolina, and then Columbus, Ohio in 2016. Let's see where this address is. It's really close to, I don't know what this Valerie Lynn Roy is. It must have been another case. What the hell is that one? Oh, that's a part of the Beitelman case. Huh. That was from 1980, though, so irrelevant. All right, then they were in Portland in 2020, then North Carolina, then Columbus. There's 2 more addresses in Columbus. It definitely has 3 addresses from there. And 1 more. No, the other ones are Greensboro. There. Yep, none of them right next to there, but yeah, definitely has ties in there. Oh, is it on a arrest record? Yeah, let me go to that. I haven't really gone to that yet. What arrest record are you referring to, though? I'm loading it up right now. She does have a bunch of different arrests, but these are 308 South Marshall in Graham, North Carolina. Yeah, 2011. Yeah, I don't see that at all. Well, the 3 women are, they're Tiffany Parrish and Sierra Muse. We don't know the third. Where are you getting that information, Michelle Wood? I don't see an arrest record. Can you send me an email with what you're looking at? Here's my email right here. You'll just have to send me a screenshot. So here's my email. I'm not going to spend 10 minutes looking up something. Yeah, just send me a link that goes right to what you're talking about. Shocking. Luigi legal fundraiser is already at 120. Yeah, because it just shows you how stupid people are. That's almost half of what we've donated from this channel since 2020. 25. Oh yeah, we're not at a $250,000 yet. We are at 225,500. So we need to get to 250, then we'll be at a $250,000. But still pretty good. Well, you guys, we're 100 short of the goal so far. So if you're out there as a group of people, if you can help support the channel, that'd be awesome. Thanks. Yeah, send me the link to what you're talking about. And doctors would not compete. Yeah, well, you want doctors to compete so you get better, people are trying to get better and better and better and better. If you don't have competition, people will get lazy and just nothing advances. It takes somebody that has, pure intellectual curiosity to move the ball forward instead of sort of almost encouraging people to have intellectual curiosity with a free market. I think costs in healthcare are ludicrous and stupid, and obviously there's no way in hell they should be that high. Hello, this is Gray. Who's this?
Hey, this is Rally from Charlotte. Am I on the air?
Yep, you're already on the air, yep.
Oh, I didn't know. Hello, I just want to say I'm a big fan of the show. I enjoy it very much.
Cool. That's it?
Oh, I just wanted to say, I have some possible information on this. I live very close to this situation, and my brother-in-law works for the local PD, and he was over on the Daryl Hambrick, where Daryl Hambrick was shot, over on, it's like in between 17th Street South and Edmonds Avenue. Now, he was saying now this might be a love triangle gone wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently what happened was that these three women found one of these adult men playing a game of soggy muffin. And they were going to leak the information and on social media. So the man did a gas leak in the house.
I don't know I don't know what you're referring to at all.
What do you mean?
I just don't know what you're talking about.
In what? Well, the way that the women, that I have an inside scoop.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
it doesn't. I'm not sure what everything you said though, like your little euphemisms and things. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what a euphemism is, but I was just calling just to say I like the show, and that's the inside scoop I got, because I live in the neighborhood, so you can do whatever you want.
I thought you lived in, didn't you say you lived in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So you're saying it was a love triangle. Who was sleeping with who? So you got this Hakeem Graham guy who told somebody else to shoot Hambrick. So who's doing what?
Well, apparently it's a power play for leverage. So now they're all. This was an open relationship. That's the thing. Now some people don't like when open relationships.
Well, how do you know it was an open relationship?
I'm sorry.
How do you know it was an open relationship?
The information that I'm getting is from I told you before, my brother-in-law who's on the local PD, and I told you where he was stationed prior to this, and he was on street watch. He wasn't on the scene, but he was on street watch when they did a perimeter lockdown. And this is the story he told me. So like I said, I wanted to call up and just tell you what I knew. So that's about it. I'll leave you with the information. You can do what if you want.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure what that was. But hey guys, we're still stuck at the 66% mark. So if you're out there and you're able to help support the channel, that'd be awesome. We can do it, man. I know it. If we all put our heads together, we can make that goal. We do have 344 people watching. It should be very simple. Should be very simple. I don't know if I even believe or anything that person just said. I have no idea. Could be true. Might not be. Don't know. I'm not sure when he was saying soggy muffin and all this kind of stuff, and who is he talking about? And let's see. Huh? I don't know what that means either. Yeah, it does sound gross. I don't know what he was talking about. got the buy me a coffee up in the corner there. I think it might, you guys might have to throw me in prison tonight. I think this is it's one of those emergency situations. Let's see, well, that clears it up. Except that it wasn't mean, so I'm not sure. Maybe you could pretend I was mean. Googled euphemism. Oh, let's see, did I get it? Yeah, it looks like I got an email. Is it going to go right to it where I don't have to look? Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Now I don't know what you originally said. Sierra Muse. All right, let's try it. Sierra M. Muse. She has a bunch of different things. Yep, that one says the incident was... Yeah, I mean, she lives at 1331 South Ohio Avenue. So, yep, you got it. Right there. Sierra Muse, 1331. So she lived there. I don't know what the incident date is. Where is it? She's been there a while then. You know, it's interesting. Let me throw this in up here and do an address property search. Put that in there. Yeah, and then let's see. Does she show up as one of these people? Because these are all the people's names that have lived there. And there's a person named Ahunia M. Campbell. Eureka, Bake, you know, all these different people live there. Is she in here? And see, nope, she's not even in there. Crazy, huh? Well, look at that. It was called So Mean by Cindy J, and KK also threw me in prison. So that's what we're doing right now. Unfortunately, for the sake of the channel, I'm being thrown in prison. And there it is. Now it's up to you guys to bail me out of here. Because other than that, it was almost impossible to reach the goal. Will there be people bailing me out tonight? Who knows? I mean, tonight we're actually discussing something new and doing worse than last night's cold case night. And that's scary. I'll have a timer here. If we're not, don't get any bails out, we're just going to have to do something else. Get the bail. Okay, there's Allie Cake. Well, again, then she just got me ramen, so it doesn't get me out of here. And then Monica Reeves just threw a party for me in prison. But there's no bail yet. Still no bail. Woman of Steel did not send bail. So we're currently still languishing in the prison cell itself. And by the way, I think if you do the buy me a coffee now, it'll show up in that corner right there. Yeah, you already sent donations in tonight. Woman of Steel. Thank you. It just doesn't say bail on there. Thank you, Allie Cake, Monica Reeves, Woman of Steel. Doom 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 doom. We don't know who they were. I mean, we have two of the names. We just don't know who. When you say who were they, don't know what that means. As your future personal makeup artist, I support you. Well, thanks, Mark. Is that bail or what? Nobody's putting bail on these things. Thanks, KK. Still just languishing away. Let's see. What is Glam Van? White, black, Asian? One's black, one's white so far. Oh, yours is for bail. Okay, well, that's not going to get me out the door. You know, maybe I could use one of your other super chats for collateral or something. Something like that. Oh, there's Cheryl Morin's going to get me out of this damn prison cell. Thank you. Did it. Got out. I'll just walk to the hotel. I'll buy a Snickers bar with Woman of Steel's. Maybe Monica Reeves, not sure. Add that with Alley Cake. Don't know. Well, thanks, guys. Got us moving up there. We're 55 short now of the goal where I give away the 5 memberships. Let's see. But call in with your true crime stories, you guys. I got out. Brooke Martin, I got out. You must be behind. You didn't have to remove that comment. They were just goofing around. Right, so I guess currently, breaking it down again. Was right here. Daryl Hambrick, for some reason, was over. Daryl Hambrick was right over here, and he was shot outside in the yard by an associate of Hakeem Graham. And then that was on Tuesday, and then 3 days later, 3 different women were killed in this address right here at 1331 South Ohio Avenue. And then one of them actually has an address from there. At least had lived there at one point. Don't know if she still lives there, but had an address there at one point, just like Hamrick did. So this Daryl Hambrick that was killed, he actually, that was on Tuesday, he used to live here too, so likely knew at least the Sierra Muse individual. Tiffany Parrish, I haven't seen anything. Let me look at that that site. That was pretty cool. Let's type in her last name. Parrish, Tiffany. Oh, she's in here too. And 2016. Yeah, she doesn't have that same address. So, that's not it. Because I didn't feel like answering. It looked like the same number that called before. And why does it matter to you, Russian Blue? Just let me do what I want to do, you know? It's none of your business why I don't answer something. It's so weird that people get so like, why did he do, wait a minute, he just, wow, you see him reach his hand up in the air, he was, what was he doing? It's very strange. I see other YouTubers doing stuff and nobody asks them anything like that. It's really bizarre. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 2 pimps and 4 working ladies, in my opinion. You think so? And then they're battling over that. Like, hey, that's my, that could be. Don't know. It does remind me, though, of the Lumberton, North Carolina one. But the guy that called in, he said he's from North Carolina. And he's right there, But what are you talking about? It's in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I know you're watching me, but, it's just, I didn't want to answer it. I have my reasons for not answering it, and you don't need to know the reason why, Let's see. Yeah, I think he was a troll, too. I could tell because of the way he talked, They always try to change their voice up, and it doesn't sound natural. Although we had one person call in one time that I thought was faking something, but it was really what they sounded like. So that was weird. So I don't really know what else to add to this story. I was hoping people wanted to call in and talk about their own true crime stories, something weird that happened to them. Or just anything, Call in and talk about anything you want that we talk about. All right? I'm not mean when people call in, despite what people think. And a lot of times people say it because it's like, you have somebody calls in and they're throwing out a conspiracy, something that has no basis in fact, and I'll say, what are you talking about? Gray, that's mean. Just let them say what they... No, I don't want to, because I already know what they're saying isn't true based on this information and this. We already know certain things in some cases out there, and people want to call in and just say whatever the hell they want to say with no factual basis, and I don't want to do that. It doesn't move anything forward. Now, in this situation, you can just call in and talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you don't want to call in and talk about it, then we don't have to keep doing the show tonight. Okay, because that's what I plan to do on the second half. And I've already covered everything that I can think of. I can check to see if there's any new information that came out. Let's see. Let's maybe take a look at this one. This is completely unrelated. So right here it says, woman found dead in Colorado over 51 years ago, finally identified. Wow. Huh. Well, who's this person? A body of a woman found near Platteville. Where's Platteville? Platteville. I'm not answering. I'm going to forget it. I'm not doing any more calls. I don't know who that was. Just move on to something else. Sorry. Whoever tried calling in there, I was already moving on. Let's take a look at this thing. The body of a woman found near Platteville over 50 years ago. So this is Platteville, Colorado. Wouldn't it be weird if it was close to Schnee Oberholzer? Let's see. Alright. Oh my God. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, I was just, these are the Schnee Oberholzer pins. And that's really not horrendously far away. Let's see. 50 miles. And 50 years ago, how old would he have been back then? Yeah, 1973. Wasn't Schnee Oberholzer like, yeah, I thought that was like 79 or something. Yeah, so it was Alan Lee Phillips. And that was 40 years ago. How old was he at that time? He might be too young. Yeah, so that was 82. And then they're saying that this is 73. I don't know, man. That guy would be really pretty young, I would think. But the body of a woman found near Platteville over 50 years ago in November of 1973. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this so we can get the actual information here. Ding, 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 ding. Newspapers.com. Woman's body found. And this would have been in November 1973 in Colorado. Let's see, will it show up? And then I could just Colorado Springs Gazette. Let's just see if this is it. Trapper finds body of missing man. It's not. Alright, so I'm going to say body found, like, let's see. Body found Platteville. No. So, like, human remains. Did I spell Platteville right, though? I don't know if I did. No, there's Platteville. That wasn't even close. There you go. Alright. Is this going to be something? Field training, coming for hunter safety courses. Alright. Officials still trying to... there we go. Boom. There it is. Right there. Officials still trying to identify partial remains. Partial body found near Platteville. Weld County Sheriff officers this weekend continued their investigation of a partial body found west of here last week, discovering a pair of trousers and a thigh bones. Investigator Don King of the department said officers found the bones and trousers about 75 feet upstream from the location where a skull, shoulder, and part of a rib cage were found last week. We have nothing to indicate foul play in the case, he said. However, the sheriff department still has no leads to identify the identity of the body. In fact, King said, an investigation still has not shown the sex of the body. County Coroner Ross Adamson said Monday his investigation is continuing with microscopic examinations of the skull slated Monday. Adamson said it would be several days before his findings are released. He said his investigation is running into difficulties because of the incompleteness of the skeleton. The skeleton was discovered last week by hunters along the St. Vrain River near Colorado 66, 4 miles west of here. So it was last week. So this is November 23rd. So is there another one that's like, there's the 21st. That's not it. That one's probably something. There it is. Weld County Sheriff's officers Wednesday were attempting to identify the origins of a partial human skeleton found about 4 miles west of here. Investigator Don King of the department said only a skull, part of a rib cage, and the left shoulder were found. He said a portion of what appears to be a red sweater was also found with the body because of the condition of the skeleton, King said. And by the way, see on this channel, you guys, the reason I try to make the goals is not, also to help my, allow me to keep doing the shows and support the channel and allow me to make an income, is we donate tons of money to places like Identifinders International, and we work with Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick, and they identify these same types of cases, just like this. And we've done many of them. We've paid for it. We've given over $90,000 to have different people identified that are unknown. So if you guys can help get to that goal tonight, we're 55 short. With the number of people watching, we should be able to do it. Right? I mean, we probably have less now because it's not about the shooter. You know, the shooting. We're probably at 200 and... yeah, we still got 310. But we should be able to do it, you guys. So let's, let's try to make it happen. If not, buy some memberships instead. It's the same thing. But at least there's a chance somebody will stay around the next time. The skeleton is presently in possession of the county coroner's office, where officials are attempting to determine the sex of the skeleton as well as its age and probable time of death. So now I'm wondering if there's got to be some more body found. So what were the partial remains? I think that's probably the term. Or partial body? Is that how did they refer to it in the other one? Yeah, so it's like partial. I think if you just type in the word partial and Platteville, like just like that, that should be enough. Partial Platteville. It's just so tough, man. So that's the 26th that are still trying to... Skeleton was discovered last week. I think that's the same one. So let's try to do like 1970... Well, 1973. It's got to be more, right? I'm going to go like this. Because I think that'll still... And that... Ooh. Didn't do that. So... Nope, not there. Man, my little pitches don't seem to have any effect on anybody. It's like, come on, you guys. Jesus, you guys are solely... There's no ad revenue on these live streams. All right, let me get to this one right here. So this is the story. The body of a woman found dead near Platteville over 50 years ago in November 1973 has been identified as Roxanne Colleen Ledbetter, according to the Weld County Sheriff's Office. So now I want to type in her name. Go to www.newspapers.com and type in Roxanne Ledbetter. I mean, how many people with that name are out there? I'm just going to not even... I'm going to put quotes around it. Yeah, it doesn't even... She was never in the paper. You guys even here? It's like nobody's even commented for 10 minutes. She was previously only known as Jane, I'm sure it was Forensic Genetic Genealogy, or Investigative Genetic Genealogy, IGG. She was previously only known as Jane Doe, 1973, after the year in which she was found. Ledbetter's body was found on November 19th, 1973, near the bank of the St. Vrain River, north of U.S. Highway 66, west of Platteville. In April 2022, her remains were exhumed so that investigators could obtain DNA for genetic genealogy. In February 2024, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation provided a report that showed evidence that Jane Doe 1973 was likely Roseanne Ledbetter. However, both her parents and her brother were already deceased, and the closest living relatives were first cousins of hers. WCSO cold case detective Byron Castellon contacted the cousins and learned that they were not that close to Ledbetter and her family because they lived in different states. The cousins said they remembered she went missing around 1972 and that she was only 15 years old when she went missing. They said Ledbetter and her family had no connections to Colorado, and they did not know why she would be there. She probably ran away, and then somebody took her there and killed her. Probably got on a truck. The cousins also said that the family did not know if she was kidnapped or ran away. Yeah, I think she probably ran away. Let me put her name into. So her name. Roxanne. I'm going to use, it's actually lead, like beater, lead beater. Could be Ledbetter, I guess. So 65 years ago would be, or 50 years ago would be 74. So then 15 years before that would be 59. It's about when she was born. I'm looking on Ancestry.com. I don't think it's happening, Alley Cake. All the old school people aren't here tonight. This page is temporarily unavailable. Why? Weird. Oh, there she is. Yeah, she actually has the same yearbook. It's right there. There's the same picture. See that? Roxanne Ledbetter. It says birth about 1956, but it seems like it would have to be before that. No, that makes sense. I think I got my math wrong. I wasn't mathing very good. Hey, thanks, Michelle Wood. Roxanne Ledbetter, about 1956, and that she was from California. So that's interesting, right? I mean, so went from California to Colorado. See, this one is 1959. So that makes more sense to me than a 56, because when she would have been 18. That one, the year, I think that's wrong, that birth on that one. Well, anyway, she was on Ancestry. Yeah, she does look like a Bundy person, doesn't she? And he was around in those areas, right? California, I mean, not California, but Colorado. Definitely in Colorado. I don't know when. Let's see. I think that sounds about right, though, doesn't it? What years was Bundy in Colorado? There's a lot more people. Let's see. What years did Bundy kill in Colorado? Bundy abducted Linda Ann Healy, 21, from the University District of Seattle, main campus. Let me just type in the word Colorado in here. So it's January 1975. Bundy abducted Karen Eileen Campbell, 23, from the Wildwood Inn in Snowmass, Colorado. 36 days later, her body was discovered 3 miles. So isn't that amazing? This is 2 months after this girl went missing. Wouldn't that be crazy? She could actually be a victim. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So this girl right here, and an age that he has done that to too. But she was found in 73 in November, right? So I guess this is a year later, 13 months later. Yeah, so he did March 15th, and then April 15th, also in Colorado. So 3 of them in Colorado. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? He definitely does look like a Bundy type victim. The straight hair, parted in the middle, pretty. On November 13th, 1973, the unidentified remains of Jane Doe, 1973, were discovered near the bank of the St. Vrain River, north of Highway 66 and 4 miles west of Platteville County. In 2021, or Colorado. In 2021, cold case detective Byron Castellan examined the investigation with the hope that genetic genealogy might identify Jane Doe. Detective Castellan searched where the Jane Doe remains were interred, eventually finding her in Lynn Grove Cemetery in Greeley. In April 2022, Jane Doe's remains were exhumed to obtain usable DNA for genetic genealogy. In February 2024, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation forensic genealogy analyst Melissa Craker provided a genetic genealogy report showing evidence that Jane Doe was likely Roxanne Colleen Ledbetter. Unfortunately, Roxanne's parents and brother were deceased, so the closest living relatives were first cousins. Detective Castellan contacted the cousins and learned that they were close to Roxanne, and they weren't close to Roxanne and her family due to the living in different states. They all remembered that she had gone missing around 1972, when she was only 15 years old. Roxanne's cousins indicated she and her family had no connections to Colorado, and they did not know of any reason she would be there. They said the family didn't know if Roxanne was kidnapped or ran away. Around the time Roxanne went missing, her cousins believed she and her family were living in Los Angeles area, maybe around Redondo Beach. Detective Castellan contacted law enforcement agencies in Los Angeles area, including the Redondo Beach Police, Huntington Beach Police, Inglewood Police, Hawthorne Police, Los Angeles Police, and the Los Angeles Sheriff Department. None of the agencies had any record of Roxanne being reported as a runaway or missing person. One of the cousins agreed to provide her DNA to CBI to confirm her relationship with Jane Doe. On December 3rd, 2024, forensic genealogy analyst Melissa Craker provided a genetic genealogy report confirming that Jane Doe was in fact Roxanne Ledbetter based on the kinship comparison with the cousin. This case highlights the importance of preserving evidence even for decades old crimes, said CBI Director Chris Schaefer. Advancements in DNA technology have given us a powerful tool to help solve cold cases and being long overdue answers to the families of victims who were never forgotten. I think that's probably the best thing that we do over here. Since Roxanne went missing from the Los Angeles, California area and was found deceased in Weld County under suspicious circumstances, and her cause and manner of death are unknown, the case will remain active, but her identification is a crucial part of the investigation. You know what's weird is I think Ted Bundy's an actual serial killer that they should have kept alive and just studied him somehow, you know? I mean, and figured out, because I think he had so many more people he killed, and he may have been able to provide information. We don't know if this is one of them, but, you know, he's one of those ones that, you know, if they're going to the grave without giving answers, you might as well, I mean, just life without parole, you're never getting out, but give us some answers, you know? I mean, again, but also if there's anybody that deserves the death penalty, it's somebody like him. But, I don't know. This is our oldest case. I'm glad Roxanne has finally been identified. We always say, got her name back. And some of her remaining family members have gotten answers about what happened to her. Going forward, I hope to discover what events led to her death and how she ended up here, said Detective Castellan. If you have any information about Roxanne Ledbetter or the details surrounding the death, please reach out to Detective Castellan at 970-400-2827 or email him at bcastellan@weld.gov. You can also call our tip line at 970-304-6464 and you can see it on the screen as well right there. All right, anyways, that's going to do it for me tonight, you guys. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody who considered helping support the channel tonight. We got did get a buy me a coffee from Brooke just now. Then we had one from somebody just says someone just supported you. Don't know who that is. And then we had Lacey and John Dunn on PayPal. Thank you so much. And then we had Allie Cake and Allie Cake. I agree. And, well, that was from earlier, the Freedom Freaks one. But very cool. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. We have Vicky White, Christina Hayes, Herbert Landscaping, Allie Cake, Georgina Stoliker, Allison Faye, 27 months, Richard Watts. Then we have Monica Reeves, Gloria Batari, Cookie Crunch, Shane 2306. Then Daphne became a member again. Good to have you back. And then I'm a DNA detective. Hey, cool, John Dunn. Wendy Woobles. Then John Dunn again in there. Then Michelle Wood. Daphne, Allie Cake, Tina G, Cheryl Morin. Cheryl Morin gifted 5 memberships. And then Beachy P.O. And then Sammy Day gifted a membership. Then Woman of Steel, Beachy P.O. Then Michael Kishel, Allie Cake, Monica Reeves, Woman of Steel, KK, Cheryl Morin. Let's see. And Michelle Wood. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. I guess we'll have to see what develops in that case. You know, with the 3 women that were shot. It's pretty crazy to do something that drastic. So, be interesting to see what the actual reasoning behind it is. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you all. And until next time, everybody. Be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
And a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8 and a 9 and a 10 and 11 and a 12, 13 and a 14 and a 15 and a 16 and a 17 and an 18 and a crime dissector, a projector.
I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher.
If you try to play me like a whole projector, crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture.
Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a protector, full deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. agenda. With all respect, y'all, just remember I'm a temple fucking jack.
I have no agenda. I'm a pretender.
And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you.
Correct.